Session 35, I guess. Now.
We don't even have him connected yet. Oh well.
That's fine, don't worry about it. Jake will be here when he's here.
Have you started recording?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, man, this is very professional.
So, Jake, what happened
So
last time?
professional.
Last time we went to stop the death cultists, and with them the last of the Four Horsemen cults. And so we got there, and we went into this big chamber, and got locked in there, and it was great. And by it was great, I mean it was totally not great, because there was some guy behind it was like a force wall sort of, but not really. And so we couldn't get back there particularly. And until we got closer, we couldn't even see what was behind it. But we did get closer, and we saw that there was a guy back there, and he had some friends, like some cultist friends, and they were doing some sort of ritual. And there was a shitload of wraiths that they came in. We had Death Ward for a little bit until they got dispelled, but we didn't get negative leveled at first, and then we did. So that sucked. Conjuring as well, I believe. Ballard got exhausted a lot, and that sucked. I thought I was fucked. Oh yeah, we also had like mirror images of Raphael and Ritherland, and that spooked me for a minute, but we got rid of them. But we got in there. We got like behind that force wall thing. I think we disintegrated a couple times, right?
Yeah, disintegrated
Once.
and then it came back.
And then it came back, and then we did something else to get through it.
Disintegrated
But,
it twice, actually.
Yeah. All right.
Ah.
But so we killed the cultist dude, like the main ritual guy, and with his last dying breath, he was like, "Oh, you fucked us all." And then a lesser aspect of the Death Horseman guy came out, and that kind of sucked because he had like 2 initiatives, and like he hit with this quarterstaff that like did fuck all, and it was really awful. But we eventually took him out. It was pretty great. And then Ballard tried picking up his staff thing, and it put an awful curse on him. Like I ate for every day I age a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was so terrible. But Zoe and Luna together managed to get it off me, and the quarterstaff, right? The quarterstaff got like exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was good. Well, I mean, it's good for everyone but Ballard, because Ballard wanted to display it. Like on a wall. But yeah, that's it. We took out the death cult.
You are now back after defeating the load-bearing boss that was the lesser aspect.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
You are now back in the city. You've been in the city for about 2 hours before the council meeting was scheduled to begin.
Why was there an evil Raphael?
Me,
Because DDS was trying to, like, mess with me and
Yep,
my
pretty
OCD.
much.
So, yeah. Pretty much DDS just being a jerk.
yeah. I do not deny these allegations.
I like how it was all. There was an evil Raphael and there was 2 Ritherlins.
Hey, Rip is not evil. Come on.
I like the fact that
That's how I was told.
I
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I just opened my Dropbox,
Yeah.
and 1,009 files have been added.
Oh, yeah.
I'm noticing, Manica, you're still connecting.
Wait, did I do
Yes,
that on
I'm
purpose?
loading some last couple of files. I don't know what.
Not on purpose. Did I do that on accident, where I said there was a Raphael and an evil Raphael and then 2 Ritherlands?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take it back.
I'm cool with that.
I believe it is completely valid. So, the party is assembled.
2 seconds, I need to restart the stream.
Okay. Alright.
But that's fine, hang on.
It only takes like 5-10 seconds.
I really liked your dying voice, Jake. It was good.
Oh,
you
Okay,
fucked us
let's
all.
get It was off the table.
Oh, my acting. That's really good.
what is this? Do I have negative levels? I paid to get rid of that.
And stream is back up.
I
You
can
did-
confirm you do not currently have negative levels.
It's true. You must not have
I
got rid of
token
them.
on the Imperial Palace did.
You
Yeah,
must not have got rid of them.
So we're streaming again?
Yes.
So party, you've entered the council chamber. You know the other NPCs will arrive soon, but of course, as usual, you may discuss your secretive business before they arrive.
Is that really
Sure.
secretive business?
But yes, Raphael has a file that he has been meaning to talk to the group about for like 2 months.
Alright,
There's always been things in the way.
let's go.
Before we get into that, I just want to say I plan to kill all of you at the end of this.
Don't tell him that yet, Jake. Are we doing it? This is now.
Yeah.
Oh, bring it.
Roll for initiative.
I'm ready for you.
Oh, you think you... This palace was built by Wolfenberg instructors. All the walls are dynamite.
Yeah, I just like press the button under the
Go
table
hold
and
you
the
in here
table
for a
flips
second.
over and like machine guns target you.
Anyway,
Yes.
alright.
I was thinking all the mortar.
Anyway, your file.
Yeah, your
I
file.
just noticed why Rifflin is between you two.
What?
Because they
What?
have outflank. They always outflank
Ah.
Rifflin.
Yeah, that's true. If we need to.
Long arm bracers, swift action.
Alright, sure.
Rage for free. Yeah.
Let me bring up my file.
Alright, the file.
You had a
There's a
file.
file.
No, not.
Yes, Raphael will have a file with some papers in it.
Okay.
And he will turn to the party and say, "Well, it was some while ago, but at least I will keep you up to date with this, I think. I took a look into the whole affair of Rithlind attacking the College of Fine Arts and supposedly killing people. Not so with Rithlind. She claimed that she had no recollection of this at all, and when I looked into it, so seemed to be the case. The question was then, of course, why did Rithlind attack and forget? And there seemed like an investigation I should focus some of my efforts in. I am somewhat of a police force, after all. He smiles. Now then, first of all, my intent was to go to the academy and see if I can find any witnesses of the attack, but that proved more or less impossible. There were no witnesses of the attack still at the academy. The guards had quit or been let go or died in the attack, and the old headmistress had also perished. Somewhat suspicious, to say the least. The current headmistress was forthcoming, or at least she seemed to be, and gave me some files for me to look into. I also noticed, though, that she bore quite a striking resemblance to the old headmistress, and when I remarked about it, she said that yes, it was her cousin or something, and that it was a strong family resemblance. Also noticing this, I bid her good day and snooped around the academy a little bit, finding that indeed a lot of the headmistresses of the academy seemed to be very alike, even though the portraits of said headmistresses were, well, centuries apart at some place. So, suspicious, yes. Looks at the rest of the party. I also discovered that the building was lined with lead to block any form of divinations. Might be something that was in the construction. I don't know if it is standard practice in all imperial buildings, but he shrugs. Nevertheless, I tried to find the body of the dead, supposedly dead headmistress, but the body had also vanished. I started to try to track down a few of the guards, but as I said, vanished also. Murdered, died off, or just gone out of town. At this point, it seemed fairly obvious that someone is trying to cover something up. Was it the headmistress, or was it some other party? So, I looked around. I sent some of my people to take a look in the family mausoleum of the headmistress's family. We took a look at some of the bones and had some experts analyze them. And we concluded that several of the supposed bodies of the headmistresses buried there were actually a collection of bones from different bodies. Basically, they had built fake skeletons to make it seem like there were a lot of bodies buried there. It seems then to me that the headmistress is faking her own death from time to time. to cover her tracks that she is, in fact, if not immortal, at least incredibly long-lived. He looks around. So everyone is coming along so far.
Riff knows this.
Or just sitting there.
Where was I? Oh, yes. So the question was then, of course, but why had Ritalin attacked? Was she somehow controlled by the headmistress as a stooge to cover it up? Was she just a convenience? And so I looked into that.
Start the cycle.
Well, indeed. Indeed. But I did find out that a lot of the guards, seemingly, had been speaking to a striking woman with blazing purple eyes. And when I followed this lead up a little bit and asked Rith about it, she said that she also remembered speaking to such a woman and that she was very alluring. But it was some time ago, maybe a year ago or so. This seemed interesting to me, so I looked up this woman. Apparently she ran a small alchemist shop in the gold district. And by all intents and purposes, he shrugs, from what I gathered, it seemed like she was mind-controlling people for her own reasons. I'm not exactly sure why, and therefore I ordered a raid on her shop. We attacked, we struck swiftly and true, and she has been incarcerated. When pressed in interrogations, she has confessed to the whole thing. Apparently she is some sort of the divine and abyssal mix. She is basically a creature of pure lust or charm, and she uses her powers to, well, make people do what she wants, including Ritalin. When I asked her why Ritalin specifically was targeted, she said that Ritalin seemed to have the potential, and she wanted her to attack the academy to expose the headmistress's longevity. She claims that the headmistress is in possession of something she is not supposed to have, and I do believe this is one of the arms. He sort of leans back, looking down at his folder. Yes, some good old-fashioned investigations.
Riff nods and says, to elaborate on which arm, I believe it is a hourglass. Works simple enough. Every day you use it, and you turn back the clock of your natural life. Go back to when you first started using it. She carries on using it every day until, well, forever, really. She just stays young and beautiful. That's at least what I gathered.
I think I read a story about that once, but it was a portrait.
But from what I understand is that the woman with the purple eyes is a succubi, incubi, crazy love mix. So I'm not entirely sure how that works.
Raphael shrugs.
Apparently it's like some magic leaving and joining, and all confusing and a bit weird.
She is
had a conversation with her as well. Raphael. She did not show any real aggression. She seemed repentant and seemed willing to accept help to deal with her condition in a constructive manner. As it appears that she is, has a hard time keeping herself away from arcane casters, as it happens, although try as she may.
Raphael shoots a glance over to Laura. She has killed dozens of people.
Yes.
She is, by all intents and purposes, a serial killer.
Yes. Well,
all intents and purposes, we're kind of serial killers too.
Raphael looks over to...
That is true.
There is
was the one who struck the blows.
There is a reason why we do what we must do, right? She did it because it was fun.
I don't know if she did it for fun. When we talked to her, she did say that the reason she did it was to get our attention, did she not?
She can talk to us to
She
get our
could
attention.
have
approached us.
Raphael nods.
Regardless,
Yes.
I believe she's a woman. We cannot try her as any other citizen. She clearly has a condition that is rather hard to deal with. She is afraid of repercussions from revealing this, and I think we should find a place where she can be, well, in some way turned into a constructive member of society.
I have such a place. It is
The
called a cell.
Voltenbrack work camps, perhaps. No.
It is called a cell. It is nullified. She cannot use her powers in there, and she will stay there for, well, the foreseeable future.
Her life might well exceed all of ours and all of the people we work with. So keep in mind that your successor may not agree with your attitude to this.
Then that seems to be the successor's problem and not mine.
I would say that there could be hope. I believe that redemption is possible, especially in this case.
Riff nods. After all, she's, when it comes to her life cycle, probably just a child and doesn't know the extent of her powers at all, really. So, controlling them, finding a way to control them before they gain power, and if she ever leaves that cell without a magic dampening field,
Oh, she can control her power, all right. She has used it, as I said, to kill
but
a lot of people.
if she gains
Yes.
power with age, she may become so powerful that she doesn't understand how to use it.
I would also say that there are some mitigating circumstances, although few as they may be. It seemed that she at least postulated, and I found some confirmation of this by talking to some of the people she pointed me to, that during the coronation event, as the Emperor was passing through the Gold District, she actually managed to stop, I believe, a group of Drow from doing an assassination attempt. This might also be similar to what we had earlier. She was simply not able to stop them completely, but made all of their bolts miss, or simply not fire.
Raphael looks over to Laura. What?
So
This was something she said. I cannot confirm it somehow magically. I cannot read her thoughts in there, but speaking to the people she pointed me towards, it seemed to gain confirmation enough that
And
they had
who-
seen the same thing.
And who were these people?
Laura will point. Like, I don't...
A combination of people people in the district who are watching, guards. You know,
Raphael leans forward
sure it's in a
towards
file
Laurel and
described
says,
somewhere.
and says, Laurel, my friend, remember, she controls thoughts. Anyone she sends you to could be under her sway.
Says, yes. However, I cannot be under her sway.
No, but
Either
you were
can my
pointed to people.
constructions.
No, but she pointed you towards people that she might very well control.
In some manner, certainly. However, such control would run out in a matter of time.
I would like to point out that how come you all want to give her a chance when we didn't give the Ordain kid a chance? Because he did the same to control of people, which is wrong, and kill people.
This is different.
No, it's not. She's a serial killer, just like Elaine.
Well, if we had had the resources to it back then, if it had not been too risky for everything, the Empire could have fallen back then. Now, there is little less at stake. At least, do not simply lock her in a cell forever. At least can put her in a facility that is equipped to handle her sort of magical anomaly.
and what do you suggest?
Learn.
We have her in such a facility, Laurel. It is called the isolation cells.
She cannot live out all of her years as a.
Oh, I am pretty sure she can.
That's. Would you like to be if some higher power decided that you weren't that your justifications for killing people weren't good enough, and they decide to lock you away for life? Wouldn't that be?
I
Well,
believe that is
awful?
called pharasma, and it is the judgment you all face in the end, is it not?
I mean, in this life, when you do die.
That is why I never got caught, yes? Smiles.
It feels like you're avoiding the question.
Do I want to lock her up forever? Yes. She is extremely dangerous.
And you're
Such a
extremely
fate would be
dangerous.
worse than death, however, I say.
Yes, but I have loyalties to the Empire that I work for. She has loyalties to nothing.
Perhaps
killed
we can
because
create
it is
those
fun.
loyalties. If we can create loyalties in man and women, we just need to tweak it enough to be able to...
So you want to mind control her back, is that
We're
it?
not gonna mind control anyone. We agreed back then with Orlane that we're not gonna mind control anyone.
Not talking about mind control. We have an army of people in blue armor that are not mind controlled yet have undying loyalty. It's not
What's
that
your
far.
point? Do you want them to take care of her?
No, I'm saying
They have
it's
better
not,
stuff to do.
I'm saying it's not far of a stretch to change what we do to them to do to her.
I
Make
don't
her
believe
a
doing
servant.
something forcibly in such a way would be in any way acceptable.
It doesn't work if it's forced upon the person, but it's not too hard to persuade someone.
Then you're basically manipulating them.
If we are putting them at the risk of freedom, then it would be done under duress, at least. Loyalty can only come from those who wish to give it. It cannot be coerced. It cannot be dealt. It cannot be traded. That much I will agree with Raphael. However, I do not believe that wasting away in prison is a loss.
She is a valuable
Overall.
resource.
Why would it be a loss in this case when it is not in so many others? We have thousands of people in prison for exactly crimes like these.
Because she's a
But
valuable...
are we not sure she's guilty?
We are very sure she is guilty. She
Is
has
there
said as much.
any possible doubt?
She has.
She has admitted it.
She has confirmed that she has killed these people.
Then why even keep her in prison?
Because I wanted to ask a few more questions.
That is not indefinitely then.
No.
Either I will not accept the prison sentence, either it is treatment or somehow helping to make her work for the government to pay off what she has done, which I would be in most in favor of, or it is a death penalty.
Raphael shrugs. The latter
Sorry.
can certainly be arranged. The former, I am not sure. I'm still not sure what you're actually suggesting, Laurel. You are being very vague.
If,
I'm not entirely sure. I would have to take some time to consider where she would be able to fit in without her condition being a risk to anyone.
Riff will say, if we can somehow get her to cooperate and gain her loyalty, as we've all agreed that we're not going to be able
She's,
to force loyalty.
She's a
I-
prisoner. She
It
would
is
say
a-
anything to get free. She cannot be
Gaining
trusted.
loyalty does not seem to be a possibility. It would have to
But-
be something where we are in control.
If we can manage a way, because she's admitted she didn't enjoy killing.
No,
if we
she
could
has
find-
said she did it because she wanted to get our attention.
That doesn't
She
mean
has
that she
seen-
enjoyed it.
Well, the witnesses who saw her talk to the different guards seemed certainly described her as being very gleeful in doing so.
She's getting power from it, is she not? But if we find a way that she can get power without a person...
I don't want to give her
I don't
power.
want her
I
to
don't.
have power.
if we can sustain her, if we can sustain what she needs to feed on.
Why
I do
on
not
earth?
understand her gaining sustenance from this. It is simply a compulsion.
And why
She's
I
like a
still don't
succubus.
see why she is worth all of this trouble, right? I held her
He
because
might
she was.
not be a unique case. Few, perhaps, but understanding something is certainly better than throwing it away without understanding it. We don't know what knowledge we could gain from this connection, from this unique or not unique. We don't know anything, and knowing something is certainly better than not knowing something. And I do not believe in simply experimenting on people and then executing them. That is not the way. If we wish to work with her and gain something from her, whatever it might be, then we owe her to at least give her a livable existence as well. And in return, she would continue to work.
Raphael slams his hand down on the table, looks over to Lord. And have you gone through all of this process with all of the rest we have in prison, huh? What is this?
No. I have attempted, certainly where I have jurisdiction, but it is not my jurisdiction to decide on these matters. It is ultimately the Emperor's jurisdiction. All the judge rulings.
She is too useful of a resource.
No, she's not.
She's a powerful.
In what way?
She's a powerful spellcaster. She has
So-
arcanic blood. If we can control her, or not necessarily control her, but have her at our
At
whim,
work.
like a
That's
like a
not-
soldier.
That's not gonna happen.
Who says that it's not going to happen? You?
I am.
I'm still not clear on why she would be useful.
I don't
Because
see it either.
she has more power than we know, and she will have more power than we'll ever know, because we'll die before then. If we can find a
I-
way to get her on our side, who knows what the possibilities are?
You sound just like with the Orlane kid. What he did was unforgivable.
I never wanted the Arlene kid to live because he was a resource. I just didn't think brutally killing him was necessary.
Let us do this then. Let us try to find a middle way, because it seems that there is a division here. And perhaps a middle path would be the best and most acceptable, as it often is.
If not,
Give me a bit of time. It's very new information still. Give me a bit of time to see if I can find a way in which to make this acceptable. I will then put it forth to you with everything on the table. If you would agree to such a middle path, being the best one I could produce in whatever time we may have, then we can certainly agree to that. If not, if even my best is rejected, then I will accept that her death will be what is necessary. With perhaps you would work with me then to see if we can produce a workable alternative that you others could agree with.
Rift Gods.
She does not have to die immediately. She currently is harmless in her cell, and she can stay there until we have made a decision one way or another.
Remember that this is a creature who killed a lot of people just to get our attention, when she could have walked up and knocked on our door.
Yes, remember that.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty difficult to knock on the palace door, just saying. You
We
can't
have-
turn away.
We didn't live in the palace 1 year ago.
And we don't live at the palace right now. I have a
Mud-
freaking house.
and the
Raphael
murder
has a
didn't happen a year
dancing
ago.
school. We didn't live at the palace at the we lived
Yeah,
in
but-
tiny houses down in
Like
You
this
could
happened when
easily
Rift
go
was like
there.
level 6, I think. Or
Yeah, but
Well,
if-
no, he was not level 6 at the time.
If we showed up and if somebody just showed up and knocked on your door and just said, I'm a powerful crossbreed.
You know what?
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been
I would
weird
say
if we have,
okay.
it
Do you
wouldn't-
know
do
anything
more.
about this, Ritalin? That's
It wouldn't have been the weirdest that has happened to us.
I tell you
No,
what.
it really wouldn't
I
have.
tell you what. Let's go with Manic.
I think we would put it pretty freaking open.
Let's go with Laurel's idea. See what we come up with.
we don't have to rush this right now. She's
No.
perfectly fine where she is. She even stayed
Sorry.
pay for her prison time, as the Empire is not about to just have her sitting around. She said that she had a certain amount of money and was willing to pay for the food she consumed and such. So at least we can give her time until her money would have been used up on the prison time. Basically not costing the state anything.
How many did she kill?
I don't know.
Raphael shrugs. It is impossible to say.
the number doesn't
but
really
at
matter at
least,
this point, does
but at
it?
least 20.
I think she
I
gave
would
a
s-
solid number when we interrogated her, didn't she, Dark?
I don't think
She did. If you don't remember it, then you don't remember it.
I think it was. I think it was like 20.
I mean, one is
or
enough,
something like
really.
Why did she
My
kill them? Just to get our
opinion-
attention?
Yes,
Yeah.
she wanted us to know that the
Well,
woman had an
hang
imperial
on.
arm.
Who are these people?
Not that entire number was for Imperial Arms. Some of it was self-defense, she claimed, but
She claimed.
I think
You got
that
attacked now.
Hang on, what's Jake said?
I think that I think we should go with Laurel's whole,
But-
find a middle path. But my general opinion is, no matter what kind of power she has and answer she has, she should still be tried just like anybody else who committed dozens of murders.
I agree.
Like,
There is-
she committed dozens of murders. Okay, the punishment for that is death, so we should execute her.
I agree with Jake.
Raphael
Uh,
would argue that
Who were these people?
Hey, it was
Guards.
shrugs, guards,
Guards,
and
guards.
random people.
She made Ritalin attack the Art Palace, and then Ritalin, while under control, killed some guards. Yes.
And she killed some guards as well, by the way,
Question though.
with poisons and whatever other powers she could muster.
Isn't Zoe's like deity or whatever against just killing helpless people?
I mean, she doesn't like executions normally, but
Doesn't like execution, but she's not helpless. In this case, she's a freaking murderer.
The problem is that she cannot be disarmed.
No. I think
But so it goes up for is
Brisland, together I'm sure we can find a workable alternative that everyone can be happy with, and if we cannot, then at least we can say that we tried.
I'm just
Alright,
saying I think she should get the same trial as anyone else who is a mass murderer, as Jake said.
The
Well-
concern is that she is sick, you could say.
yes. If you will agree to if you agree to this path, Zoe, then let's just get past this.
Raphael shrugs.
Bollard.
Look into it. See if she is sick and if she can be cured. But I am very apprehensive about this. It seems odd to me that you can escape punishment in this empire
No, you
just
will not
because
escape
you are
punishment.
special in some way.
That is not something I would agree with, and you know that.
I literally just said the exact opposite of that.
Well,
But-
I agree with Jake. If she can't be helped, then she's gonna be trialed as anyone else who's done that sort of crime.
Well, if we all right, that's kind of the end of it then. So we all agree that we'll give it a try, see if we can fix her illness.
She will remain in the cell during this process. It's purely research.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't if you
Go out,
Raphael
don't
has
do anything like
guards
that.
around there. You can't really remove her.
We're
And
not
I
going
think
to
you
remove.
forget Rifflin. First of all, Zoe is lawful.
Yeah, that doesn't mean explicitly
means-
mortal laws, right?
Yeah, not always, but it can
So-
mean.
In
It
this
can.
On the
case-
person, to some people it's the personal code. To some people it's like laws
Yeah.
of the land, etc.
And in
Of course,
yeah,
of course, something to
think-
remember, of course, is not everywhere has death sentence for murder.
No,
exactly.
but I will add that Zoe's goddess is about helping people, but this woman did the opposite. She murdered people.
I mean,
So have
even
we,
in
though,
this
so-
city alone, that not even every district has death penalty.
No, some districts are like
North
no,
side,
def-
for example,
definitely,
we have
that's
the
a
work
four.
camps.
North side, we have a choice. You can die
Yeah.
or you can work your stay of life off.
Yeah, that's certainly a choice.
I mean, we
yeah.
just don't want to. Basically, we don't want
We
to
can
pay
put
for.
we can
we
put
don't
you
wanna
to
spend
slavery, or
money
we'll
that could-
shoot you.
You
That's a
don't
good
want to pay
choice.
money that could be used for good people to keep bad people sitting on their ass. That's not what we're here for.
Anyway, I think it's settled. Let's move on before there's more heated discussions and we all fall out. Because that's not what we're here for. We're all here to get along, play a game.
Good luck.
Uh,
I don't think this is personal.
No, but
Halldamir.
no,
It-
no,
it's
I,
getting-
No.
she's-
I just feel like it's
you know,
getting
you know
very
what? You know what, Halldamir? She
heated.
doesn't exist.
I
Actually.
know. I'm just
She's not
saying. it
real.
feels-
Stop breaking my immersion here.
Oh, sorry.
I'm seeing the children and the parents and
That's
Okay.
what I did too. That's why I'm that's why
All the
I'm
people-
acting out this passionately.
let's go on. Is there anything more we should discuss before the council?
Let me take a look at my notes.
Yes, I have noted too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told you all that I know.
All this cold
Fine.
stuff is kind of done now.
Yeah, all
I
the
don't
cold
have
stuff's
anything
done.
else right
Oh,
now.
all right, I had that stuff. But
It was out in the open that I went to the group and say, "Hey, the Silver Dragon want to go and meet."
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think that was
We
part
know
of this
Silver Dragon.
session, right? Like we were going to meet the Silver Dragons this session.
Well, Raphael has been out of town most of this month, so
I
I
would
don't
like
have much more.
to know, though, Rifflin,
Mhm.
what is it with you and Arkland blood?
Arkland Blood? Who the hell's Arkland Blood?
Arkland.
Oh!
Oh,
Royal
Arkland
family?
Blood?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Oh, I explained this last session.
I don't remember what you
I
answered.
don't remember either.
Okay, it was it was to repair an item. But we didn't use Williams. We used Erolda's under Luna's duress.
What item?
It was part of a Imperial arm. Hence under Luna's duress. Because she performed it.
Imperial arm.
What Imperial arm?
The mirror.
Have you been using it? Why is it broken?
It got to. I thought we discussed this anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
this was long ago.
Yeah, we you know when they were all searching each other out in the basement? The mirror was slightly too close to the book, and apparently when when an item reads when the mirror reads the unreadable, the book, it breaks.
Why did you
Oh.
fix it?
Well,
Why did I fix it? Because, well, I'm not entirely sure if we need it whole or not, and I had what we
Seems
needed
like
to fix it.
satisfactory solution to me.
It wasn't exactly. It was like a bar of
I don't
mithril
think.
and diamond
Good,
dust.
good thing you used rollers. I don't think we should be sticking needles in the Emperor either. That might
I think it
And
would have been impossible
raise some
anyway
trauma.
with his.
And next times, don't chase him around.
Was
I'm
it
trying to
chasing
talk-
involved?
No,
I
was
found
actually
him
trying to-
hiding.
Oh,
Yeah, he plays hide and seek with Riff. In fact,
Oh, that's
he
sweet.
he even got
Didn't
somebody to
sound-
cast invisibility on him.
Yeah, he plays hide and seek with Riff.
Yeah.
You know, I like to call it he plays run away from the crazy sorceress with Riff.
Both are accurate.
It did
do
really
not
sound really bad when you
understand what I'm
described it.
trying to do.
The pain will only be passing. You should survive the process.
It didn't sound like he thought it was fun when you wanted his blood, just saying.
Anyway,
One looks at Luna as he walks through the room. Suddenly, all of us quiet.